In Southern California, the law is supposed to protect. Judges are supposed to represent order and fairness. But on a warm August night, that order was shattered. Jeffrey Ferguson wasn't just any man with a gun. He was a man who had spent decades putting criminals behind bars. A man who took an oath to uphold the very laws he would one day break. Tonight, we examine a case that stunned the legal community and horrified the public. A respected judge who shot his wife during a family argument, and the trial that followed. How does a life dedicated to justice end with handcuffs? And what can we learn from the tragedy behind the headlines? To understand how shocking this crime was, you have to understand who Jeffrey Ferguson was. He began his legal career in 1983 in the Orange County District Attorney's Office. Over the years, he carved out a reputation in narcotics prosecutions, complex cases, high stakes, sometimes dangerous defendants. He earned commendation plaques and a reputation for sharp cross-examinations. In 2015, Ferguson took the bench as a judge in Orange County Superior Court. He presided over criminal matters, the same kind of cases he once tried as a prosecutor. Colleagues describe him as knowledgeable, sometimes stern, but also personable with jurors and staff. Behind the black robe was a husband and father, married for 27 years to his wife, who friends say was his partner in every sense. Together they raised a son, Philip, who would grow up to see both the best and worst of his father. No one in the courthouse could have imagined that this judge, who sentenced others for violent crimes, would one day stand accused of murder himself. It was a summer Thursday like any other. The Fergusons went to dinner at a Mexican restaurant with their adult son, Philip, 23. According to prosecutors, Ferguson had been drinking. What began as polite conversation shifted into an argument about family finances, a long-standing sore point, according to friends. Voices rose. Witnesses said the tension was palpable at the table. Prosecutors later told jurors that Ferguson even made a gun-like gesture with his hand toward his wife. Whether meant as a joke, a threat, or simply frustration, that gesture would take on a chilling significance later. The family left the restaurant and drove home. Inside the living room, the television flickered. The argument continued. Philip sat nearby. Prosecutors said Ferguson, still armed, reached for the pistol he habitually carried in an ankle holster. His wife reportedly goaded him, an argument that escalated in seconds. Then came the shot. The bullet struck her fatally. In an instant, a marriage, a family, and a career collapsed. Ferguson later testified that he was not aiming at his wife. He claimed he was removing the gun from its holster to set on a table and fumbled. The weapon discharged. But to prosecutors, it looked like something else. A man with experience in firearms who lost his temper and pulled the trigger. Within seconds, Philip dialed 911. His father did too. Both men's voices were panicked. In an extraordinary moment of self-incrimination, Ferguson also reached for his phone and texted his own court clerk and bailiff. On screen text, "I just lost it. I just shot my wife. I won't be in tomorrow. I will be in custody. I'm so sorry." When police arrived, body-worn cameras recorded Ferguson outside the home, distraught, hands raised. He sobbed that his son and everyone else would hate him. Officers arrested him without incident. Inside the house, investigators secured the scene and began cataloging weapons. What they found stunned even seasoned detectives. 47 firearms and more than 26,000 rounds of ammunition. This was no casual gun owner. This was someone with training and an arsenal. Because Ferguson had presided over cases in Orange County, the trial was moved under Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Eleanor J. Hunter to avoid conflicts of interest. At the first trial, held in early 2024, jurors heard Ferguson's defense, that the shooting was an accident, a tragic mishandling of a weapon. They also heard prosecutors describe a man who had been drinking, arguing, and who had ample firearm experience. After days of testimony, the jury could not reach a unanimous verdict. Judge Hunter declared a mistrial. For the moment, Ferguson remained free on $2 million bail, barred by California's Constitution from presiding over cases. Prosecutors were undeterred. They prepared their case again, refining arguments, showing jurors the text message Ferguson sent within minutes of shooting. They emphasize a gun-like gesture at the restaurant, the arsenal at home, the training. This time, the jury deliberated only a day. On a Tuesday afternoon, spokesperson Kimberly Edds for the Orange County District Attorney's Office announced a verdict: guilty of murder. In the courtroom, Ferguson, once a powerful figure who handed down sentences, stood silent as the clerk read the decision. Bailiffs moved in, placed him in handcuffs, and led him away. The reversal of roles was complete. Jeffrey Ferguson had spent 4 decades in law enforcement and the judiciary. He knew the stakes. He knew the power of a single moment of anger combined with firearm. Yet on August 3rd, 2023, that knowledge was not enough to prevent tragedy. The case sent ripples through the Orange County legal community. Judges, prosecutors, and defense attorneys alike grappled with the image of one of their own behind the defense table. It underscored a sobering truth: no one is above the law. For Philip, the Ferguson's only son, the night will forever mark the moment his family ended and his father's freedom was lost. Hit the subscription button to stay updated on more true crime stories.